Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Tea Morning Show. And of course, this is the second edition or our second discussion of the day. We're going to talk about something that is, I think, very close to our dear hearts and life. But I want to ask you, Archie, the first thing in the morning, what do you touch? Do you touch your wife's hand or your phone? Well, your wife is watching, by the way.
You're right, actually, it's my phone. Because why? Because my alarm is on my phone.
That's right.
I need to put dismiss, otherwise...
Oh, it's going to keep on buzzing,
Yes.
right? It's going to keep ringing. But are you that typical of a person? Let's say you forgot your phone. Do you go back for it? Or you think, oh, you know what? I'm going to go back in a couple of hours. I wouldn't mind having a day without my phone. Or is that something that you cannot live with? You're going to go back.
I'm going to go back because my Google Map is there. My contacts, work, everything is there. And I cannot navigate without my Google Maps.
Okay, just only that, right?
Yes.
Is it only because the features of a video, camera, social media that you cannot live without? It's like, why am I interviewing him right now? Archie's like, Carol.
I think for everyone, it's hard to not have their phone.
Yeah.
Right.
That goes with same with me too.
Yeah.
I would definitely go back like 5 minutes away and I'm like, nah, turn back. It's okay that I'm going to be late as long as I have my phone because like my life is there. And you know, there is also, it seems that we're not the only one that's like that. There are several people that's just like that. And there's a name for it, right? Like, what do you call that? People, if it's there, they go further. If they're more anxious if they're not near their phone. They felt fidgety if they're not near their phone, mobile phone.
So there's actually a term, you're right, and it's called nomophobia.
Nomophobia.
Nomophobia, nomophobic. It's from the word no more phone.
No more. Oh, okay. Nice.
So it's definitely a new term, and we today have someone to discuss this with and to professionally ask her opinion about this. And her name is Nadya Puspita. So good morning, Nadya.
Good morning.
And thank you for coming to the studio.
Me.
So can you explain to us as a psychologist what is nomophobia?
Yes, please.
Is it a mental disorder, or if not, what is it then?
Okay, nomophobic, or we can call it no mobile phone phobia, is represent irrational fear being without any mobile phone around.
Yes.
Until now, World Health Organization has not classified nomophobic as a mental disorder.
Right.
But since the rapid usage of smartphone these days, there's also the underline of growing the nomophobic issue in the worldwide.
Yes.
Because of these past 8 years, there is the increase over 30% of smartphone usage in this worldwide population.
Wow.
And in 2016, there is only around 49% of worldwide population that using smartphone.
Yeah.
But now it's over 80% of population worldwide. So this is the issue. It's so important to be aware of, and we need to know how to prevent and treat it too.
And definitely, you were saying the data is 80% because of right now smartphone and mobile phones industry it is a very huge industry. I mean, you know, there's so many brands that trying to beat one another and for devices, gadget, and also technology. Hence, that's why I mean 80% is not a mind-blowing data to know, but. Again, Nadya, my question is, I'm very curious, where's the thin line for you to call yourself, or for one says that you're nomophobia or not? Because we living in our generation, or we're living in our days right now, everyone needs a phone. Like Archie said, everything is entitled to our phone. Everything is just, you know, everything, data and whatnot is there. So how could you say you're a nomophobia and then you're not? Where's the thin line on that?
Okay, there is several signs about nomophobia.
Right.
The first one, they constantly checking their phone without no reason. With no reason, I mean. There's the difference between the people who really busy about their phone, maybe about work, maybe about assignments, and the people with nomophobic. Nomophobic is no urgency to check their phone, but they did it actually.
Right.
What if they scroll on their social media?
Yeah.
It's not something urgent, but they're there to like see the social media.
Yeah, they have the needs to
Yes.
Okay.
always checking their phone.
Okay.
So how often is often in terms of that? Like how many times in a minute can you be considered as nomophobic if you check your phone?
Specifically, they always want to check their phone every day if there's a notification or not.
Right.
Right.
So it's maybe in an hour they can check more than 10 times to check if there is a notification or not.
So without the ringing, right, Nadia? Like
Yes.
there's no signs of
Right.
anything, but
Yes.
they want to check. Do you have a phone, messages, emails? Okay.
Because of notification is really important to them.
Okay. Wow.
And when they think their phone is missing, they will feel anxious and uneasy too. In fact, maybe their phone it's not missing.
Yeah.
Maybe just in their bag or in at another room or at another desk. But when they think, the highlight is when they think their phone is missing,
Yeah.
they feel anxious.
Yeah, because sometimes we feel anxious if we're missing our phones, definitely, if it's missing, because we have data there, right? We have photos, we have things that is very personal that we cannot share, or it's very dangerous if someone attain it. But this one in regards, they felt anxious, in what way? Does it go to their physical being, their anxiousness? Other than
there's-
worrying? Like how, what are the signs of their anxiousness that you know that's very severe?
There's psychological impacts and physical impacts about smartphone usage. There is the person who has nomophobic will experience anxiety, depression, and
Even depression.
yes, feeling of
Wow.
isolation too, because they choose and they more comfortable using their phone, spending more time with their phone rather than spending time with other people in social life, in real life.
Yeah.
Because they have fear of mistakes in social life when they doing in digital way.
Yeah.
It really minimize the mistakes. We can erase the chat maybe.
Edits.
We can think longer before we talk. It's different when we meet people in person.
Yeah.
We need to explain our thought immediately, and we can think more longer than right now.
Nadia, well then you will change someone's real life behavior then, as a person, as a human being.
Yeah, because of that nomophobic digital usage, digital habit, they will have different behavior. They will have different thinking about daily life.
So I think this case is been pictured many times in the movies by Hollywood or by any form of movies, whereas the physical connection you have between humans are changing when you introduce digital communication through in the ways of communication.
Yeah.
But Nadia, I'm curious because in some phobia cases there are dimensions to it, right? There's a spectrum to it. And what are the dimensions of nomophobia itself? And is there a classification or a categorization of these types of nomophobia that is based on?
Okay, nomophobic has 4 dimensions. The first one is not able to communicate. They have fear to not contact other people, not able to contact other people, and vice versa. Not able to being contacted by other people.
So you're isolating, like you said before.
They have fear, that fear also. And the second dimension is loss connectedness. They think notification is really important, and they have fear of not receive notification in their daily life. And that's why they checking their phone constantly to know if there is notification or not.
Yeah.
And the third dimension is about not able to immediately receive information. So they have the needs to know about the information that important to them, and they have fear if they has no access at all to get that information.
Yeah.
And the fourth dimension is giving up convenience for for the person who has nomophobic. Their smartphone is equals with feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So they always make sure that their smartphone is always charged.
Right.
So they know they
It's like 24/7.
always
Yeah.
available to
It's
be
like a
contacted.
companion, right? Usually a companion is like your spouses, your children, but this is more to the phone. And I think I'm also somewhat guilty to a part of it because sometimes I felt like even my kids when they're like, "Mommy, can you like not work on your phone? Like have time for me." But in regards to this is something it is alarming also, definitely for me. This is something that I have to watch for. But I want to ask you also, Nadia, this is going to be repetitive questions. One, is this only prone to men or women, or is it both to them? And second, back in the days when I was 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, when I was a teenager, if I want to call my parents, I go to the telephone booth and then go to a pager.
Right.
And then when I'm in university, then I have a phone at that time.
Right.
But now young kids at the age of when they're starting junior high school, in high school, they already have their phones or their mobile phones. So they started very young. And it seems if there's this nomophobic, they can start from an early age. So how can we prevent this? In which, though, we cannot live this day and age and this life without our mobile phones. So how can we be very diligent to know the healthiest way, having this relationship with our mobile phones?
Okay, there are several ways to prevent and to treat nomophobic. The first one, we can have time limit. For example, we need to time limit our Instagram only 2 hours per day, maybe.
2 hours per day. Okay,
That is
gotcha.
already quite a
That's
lot.
like a social media. It goes with everything, right? All the social media platforms, 2 hours a day.
Okay.
All social media that connecting with other than work, other than assignments, we can limit that time.
Okay, yes.
And we need to mute our notification too. Because when we are spending time with our family, with our friends, we not constantly checking our phone if there is no notification. And we need to focus on social. We need to focus on maybe
Interacting with real people.
interacting with people, walking outside, enjoying our favorite food, enjoying our favorite movies, and we need to put aside our phone for a while. And that really needs time to being a habit, but it will be a new habit, new healthy habit.
Yes, I actually like that. Enjoying your time more when you, for example, like you mentioned, walking, eating. Because I think in these time and days, you eat and while you check your phone, well, so you eat without actually eating. Like you don't know what you're eating. Like you don't feel what you eat. You don't taste what you eat. And I think that's really important to realize yourself that you're actually in the mood or to eat and to enjoy and to savor things.
In this present day, is more of the photo than how it tastes.
You're
That's
right.
like,
You're
great
right.
picture, okay, without the tasting. But this is definitely an alarm state right now. And thank you very much for enlightening this to us.
Thank
I
you
really
so
got
much.
knocked out right now, and something that I need to change definitely starting from today. Nadia, thank you so much for coming here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
All right, folks. So that is our talk show, and now we're gonna have a little break. After the break, we have more updates just for you. So keep it here, only on the C Morning Show.
Where's my phone? Where's my phone?